If you have exactly $500 to spend on a laptop today, do you go to a retail store and buy something brand new with a warranty, or would you take a gamble on the second-hand market? Last year, I chose the second option. I went onto Facebook Marketplace here in Thailand and bought a half-decade-old premium laptop for 16,500 baht, which is right around $500. This is the 2020 ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. It was priced at $1,500. It's quite old, but is this machine still hanging on today? In this video, I want to show you exactly what it can do. To understand why I went this road, you have to look at my situation. I am a chemistry PhD student. I need portability moving between the lab, library, and lectures, so carrying a heavy traditional gaming laptop was out of the question. On the other hand, I need more CPU power for heavy data processing and multitasking. And finally, I want to play games after a long day of working without killing the laptop. Brand new $500 laptops are great for basic work, but they usually struggle in heavy workload or gaming. And what about this older flagship laptop? What does it bring to the table for the same price tag? This G14 was a top-tier premium device. That's why it uses premium materials. The chassis is a rigid magnesium alloy with only 1.7 kilograms of weight and 2.2 kilograms in total with the charger, so it's easy to carry it around. Inside, it packs with Ryzen 9 4900HS with 8 cores, 16 threads, 16GB of RAM, and an RTX 2060 Max-Q. Yes, it's older hardware, but fundamentally, it's different from the entry-level components in that $500 budget. To test how powerful the CPU, I ran Cinebench R23 Benchmark. I got multi-core score of roughly 9,200 points. What this tells me as a researcher is that for heavy calculation blocks, compiling data, and constant multitasking, this older flagship still holds its own against many modern mid-range chips, giving me the speed I need for academic work. But gaming is the real test for this old hardware. So I tested the laptop against Black Myth Wukong benchmark running on Unreal Engine 5. Trying to run this at native 1080p on high setting completely maxed out the older graphics card, dropping to just 28 frames per second, which may be still playable but not that much. However, because this has an RTX card, it supports DLSS AI upscaling. So by optimizing the approach, lowering the preset to medium, and adjusting DLSS to balance, the average frame rate climbs to a much smoother 53 FPS. So even though it's a few years old laptop, you can still play next-gen titles if you're willing to spend a moment tuning your settings. On slightly older, highly optimized AAA games like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the laptop handles the maximum settings with ease, pulling a smooth 67 average FPS on the highest settings.
They're protecting something.
I also tested it in the Final Fantasy benchmark. Using the high laptop preset and forcing the DLSS to stay always on, the performance was incredible, resulting in a great score of 12,400 plus points, which landing it firmly in the very high performance tier. For more tests, I played God of War, where in ultra-high mix settings, I got 50 to 60 FPS in 1080p with no DLSS. I also got a similar result with Hogwarts Legacy. It shows you how this 6 years old laptop is still a capable gaming machine today. Now that we've seen the numbers, let's talk about the reality. I've used this laptop for a full year of my PhD now, and it was not as flawless as you think. A few months after I bought it, the GPU fan completely stopped working. I couldn't game on it or even work too much with it, because it could get very hot. But the fix was not that difficult for me. I went online, ordered a replacement set of fans for around $10, and with the help of YouTube tutorials, I opened up the back panel and swapped them out myself. And it came back to work normally. I also reinstalled the Windows to make it as fresh as a new laptop. So that is the real trade-off when you go to the second-hand route. You give up the warranty and you have to be comfortable dealing with the occasional troubleshooting. If peace of mind, ease of use, and warranty are your main priorities, buying a brand new retail laptop is the absolute right move. But for my specific case of laboratory work, heavy data processing, and weekend gaming on a strict $500 limit, the trade-off made perfect sense. The goal here is not to tell you to go to the same route as me, but to encourage you to fully understand what you need and what compromises you're willing to make, and learn how to optimize the hardware within your budget. So after a year of use, the troubleshooting, the research, and the benchmarks, was it worth it? Absolutely. Let me know in the comments what path you would choose for your own setup, and I'll see you in the next one.